Friends, I'm truly delighted to be with you in this historic city. Some 30, 40 years ago, when many of you have arrived at this country, for instance, some relation, even Narendra, who came here in 1971, and both Jampala and I were class fellows at Loyola College, young, wearing shorts, from a village straight to what we thought was a big college in a big city. When he came to this country around that time, I'm sure the general perception of Indians was that they were a country of snake charmers and elephants. But in 30 years, 40 years, all of you have done a remarkable job of selling India, of transforming the image of India abroad, particularly in this country. Today, there is such great respect about our country, for our countrymen and women, a great appreciation of the economy of India and what we could do to ourselves and to the rest of the world, and a great amount of optimism about the future, sometimes even overlooking some of our failures. All that has happened because you, the people in the United States of Indian origin, have done an extraordinary job in a hostile environment, in an alien culture, with a different skin color, to succeed and succeed spectacularly. That you are not merely just another ethnic community in the world's richest and mightiest nation, but the most successful ethnic community, is a tribute to what India can accomplish, and I salute you for all that. Possible link between the two. If you buy your way into office, you have to make money. Even if you personally don't make money, 99 others will have to. And you have to abuse the system to sustain your own earning capacity or to enlarge your wealth. There's no other choice, there's no option. Nowhere in the world do people spend their own personal money to the tune of 20, 30, 50 crores or millions of dollars for public office. Of course, in this country, Barack Obama and many others, they raised millions and millions of dollars and spent, but they raised public money. They spent it legitimately and in an accountable manner to reach the message to the people. If you asked Barack Obama to spend $500 million or $1 billion of his personal money, and then you expect him to be a first-rate president, you would not get it. You would have Rod Begovic as president then. But you also must deal with the Rod Begovic of the world the way he is dealt with in this country. The bloke lost his office. He is politically buried forever, and all probability he'll go to jail. If by this yardstick we judge people of India and the politicians of India, I suspect about 99% of us will be in jail. That's what needs to be changed. The reason why I don't talk about Lok Satta Party is Lok Satta Party is not important. I say it with all my heart. No party is important. These are merely instruments, these are platforms for all of us to participate, to think of the way we do things in India, to think of how to transform things. If we are so obsessed with who is in power, who is getting elected, then I think we've lost the purpose of it. I'm deeply upset when I hear people speculating who will win, who will lose, as if you know which states will go up, which states will go down. Or in the national basketball, what's it called? NBA, is it? NBA or some other 2020 cricket or something. You take bets who will win, who will lose. This is not about betting. This is not about speculation. It's about the future of our country. This is about how we are governed. The way we conduct elections, the way we elect our leaders, the way we let the government function, reflects in the way things happen in a consulate or a taluk office or a municipal office or in our roads or in our drains or in our water supply or in the mosquito control. It's as simple as that. It doesn't require genius. It's elementary common sense. We can do a lot. There's no reason for us to despair at all. Despite everything that's wrong, India is still recording a miraculous 7.5, 8.5% growth rates. There's every reason to believe that in the next few years, India would actually be the fastest growing economy in the world. The Emerging Markets Forum recently said, if we do some things right, by 2039, India would be the world's second largest economy, the first being China. In other words, India will be bigger than the United States by 2039 if we do a few things right. And Surajini Garu and I years later went to the same school. We had fantastic schooling. We had great teachers. The community care. All of us were products of such education. Most of us above 45 or 50 or 60, almost all of us went to public schools in India. But those of you who are below 30, I wonder how many of you have gone to public schools. Could you raise your hands if you're below 30 and have gone to public school in India? In this whole gathering, we have about 10, 12. Even this number is going to decline considerably, increasingly. I'm reasonably certain that none of your first cousins, second cousins, third cousins, up to 15th cousins, none of them is going to a public school in India at this point of time. Show me another country which aspires to greatness, where most of the elites and middle classes, they recognize that public schooling has completely collapsed and their children cannot prosper if they go to that school. Show me one country on earth which has actually prospered, which has actually achieved greatness, and public schooling has collapsed to that level. And how can we dare to aspire to that greatness? How can we dare to deny our children the benefits that we enjoyed 30 years ago, 40 years ago? It doesn't require genius, it's common sense. It's plain common sense. Finally, if this young man who talked to me the other day in Patana, in Maryland, if he spent 20 crores, it's not because he thought he had too much money to waste. It's because he thought the only way to win elections in India is to spend money to buy the votes. There's no point blaming him. We need to look at electoral reform to create a system where there's no importance of the marginal vote. We have a system of elections in India where one more vote means victory, one less vote means defeat. And because of this peculiar situation, we don't vote for the best candidate. We all indulge in tactical voting. We persistently vote for the second worst candidate for fear of getting the worst candidate elected. That is Indian election. Many friends ask me, but why did Lok Sabha not win? As if it's my sin. If offering a platform to the people of India is a sin, yes, I am guilty. If showing that clean politics is possible, yes, I am guilty. If doing things the way they ought to be done rather than the way they are done is sinful, then yes, of course, I am guilty. I plead guilty fully. But for heaven's sake, it's necessary. But more important, don't ask for heroes to change the country. We require a system which actually encourages proper behavior. We require a system where marginal vote is not important. We require a system where the percentage of votes given to a party translates into seats, so that the best and the most honorable people can join politics and make a difference to the country. As Vijay said, the best and the brightest in this country, and in Britain at the time in particular, they all went back to India. They thought it was their duty to give the best to India. 50, 60 years to change. India too will change. But the trick is how to change it fast. Because we know how to change it. We have the resources, we have the technology, we have the cumulative experience in the country and abroad. What I ask of you is not to support Lok Sabha, not to support this party or that party. I don't care a damn who wins or who loses. I care a hell of a lot whether India wins or not. Let's make that happen. Thanks.